So I joined ESA at the start of 2021 as a new grad, and I'm based at the Toowong Clinic. So I like to sort of call my whole OT journey a calculated deep dive. Coming out of uni, coming out of high school actually, I was setting myself up for a role following in the footsteps of my dad, being an engineer, and I had no idea what to do coming out of uni. It was a small chance that my grandma had a hip replacement, and that was the first time I had exposure to an OT. So being full on high school, first year of uni out as an engineer, didn't like math at all, so decided to do a complete 180 and did a deep dive into OT basically, and that's similar to why I picked ESA as well. Coming into the last year of my OT journey at UQ, I had no idea where I wanted to be, let alone pediatrics. I did not see myself in pediatrics at all. It was by chance that I had a final year prac in pediatrics up at the UQ Life Skills Clinic, and that just blew my mind. It just turned my perspective. It was something I enjoyed. So I decided to apply to local, so not too far away from where I lived, and I wanted a company where I was supported. So I was looking for a company local and where I could get some new grad training or new grad support basically. That's why I chose ESA. New grads get a increase in caseload, so we don't get thrown into the deep end more so. We work our way up to 5.5 hours of billable time. We always have connections to our practice principal, so Nicole, or a senior OT. At the time it was Georgie or Angela. They're always on the line through Teams or through a phone call away whenever you need help. And every week we have supervision with either a practice principal or that senior OT. So just to discuss my caseload and how I'm going, not just professionally, also personally as well, how I'm feeling and everything like that, to make sure I'm supported. And every 3 months we sort of review ourselves, just to make sure that we're traveling along really well. And we get connected with all of the other new grads around Australia as well, ESA wide. So Louise up in head office, she runs some new grad programs, seminars every month. They're topics that we are interested in or topics that we need to know more about basically. So that's part of this sort of training program that hooked me in. So I'll describe it as interconnected. We've got access to some of the great minds around Australia through Teams. Even in the 3 clinics that practice principal owns, we're very close-knit and tight-knit, so lots of communication involved. And within my clinic as well, up in Toowong, we bounce ideas off each other, and that's all that whole interconnectedness. That's how I describe it. Yeah. Yeah, I think go for it and ask a lot of questions. Being out of uni, I bet there's a lot of questions. I bet there's a lot of unknowns, and the senior team, the practice principals are great to talk to. They can support you in any way they can, and they're full of knowledge as well. So ask about the grad program and how they can support you in your journey, not just your professional journey, but your personal journey as well. There's a lot of new grads coming out as well, being interested in the pediatric field, so we get exposure to new grads. So you get to pretty much in your first couple, maybe years of being out in the real world, have some experience trying to teach someone else or like a new grad position. And that in itself helps you to hone your skills in teaching. That in itself as well, being an ever-growing company, you can specialize in caseloads that you want to focus on, whether it be the young ones or the older ones. You can focus on taking on that senior role if you like as well. You can have flexibility of working hours, whether at home, having school visits, or in clinic sessions. So you get a broad range of exposures to really increase your skills in a wide range of areas. So that's the career progression part of it.